Hey everyone, it's Kerry with Trail Traveler, and if you're looking at a 12-volt fridge for your off-roading, overlanding, camping adventures, and you've been considering the BougeRV, you're going to want to watch this video. We compare a lot of refrigerators. There's several that we have that have been with us for years that have worked flawlessly over the years, and I like BougeRV. I like their products. Their support's always been good for me and everything. And they sent me this Rocky 40 fridge to review. And I really want to like this fridge. There's a lot of cool features on this fridge. I love the look of it. It's got like these built-in cup holders to keep things from sliding around. You can put 661 pounds of weight on top of it. I'm sorry if you're hearing the neighbor's dog. I can't do anything about that. It's got 41 quarts of capacity. It's dual zone, has a removable insert in there, so you can just make it one big fridge or freezer. It's got 12-volt power. It also comes with a 110 adapter, so you can plug it in the house and pre-chill everything. It's got a nice app on it, and it has the ability to add these batteries. I forgot what these are. They're 15,600 milliamp hour or 173 watt hour. And they claim that they can run these fridges for about 8.5 hours. My experience has actually been better than that. In one of our tests, just running them indoors at about 70 degrees, it kept the fridge running for 10 hours. Very impressive. But when you're outside and you're in the heat, of course, the fridges are going to run longer, so you're not going to get as much battery. So expect 6 to 8 hours of runtime on that battery, which is an additional like $169. Now, that's the Rocky 40. Got all my notes here. This one is the CRD2. This one, Rocky 40, is a 41 quart. The CRD2 is a 43 quart dual zone. It's two separate zones, or two separate systems in here. You've got one side for the freezer or refrigerator, because they can be either one, right? And a separate one over here. And then you can reverse these doors on both of them, so you can have them open from either side. But this one has the removable panel in it. This one is two separate sections always. So that's kind of the main difference here. This one has USB output on it down here. So if you needed to plug in a phone to charge it, it's got a 5521, so you can actually plug solar panels directly in here to charge the battery, which sits inside of here. And then you have your 12-volt power input down here. We're getting to the good stuff, so bear with me. I like this one. It's got a handle that pulls out. It's got wheels, makes it easy to transport around. There's 8 spots on here for tying it down. Really handy for securing this in your vehicle. They both have drain plugs on them. They both have the reversible doors. Katarina really likes the design of this one, just the way it's laid out and the features of it. I really like the Rocky 40. I just think it's a cool looking design. I think it's one of the nicest looking fridges on the market today. And you might hear some hesitation in my voice here a little bit when it comes to these. And that's because, I think I said it earlier, I really wanted to like these fridges. I really wanted the Rocky 40 to be my primary fridge, and then they offered to send this one, which I like it just as well, and it's a little bit bigger, and I really thought these were going to be my go-to fridges for our overlanding adventures. However, and this is the part that I really didn't want to get into, but I have to, and you guys deserve it, and there's going to be a little explanation here. Let's talk about how well they work, all right? Runtime wise, we test all of our fridges with a Blue Eddy AC70, which is about a 568 watt hour, 768 watt hour. It's a small power station. Most fridges are gonna run 70 hours-ish on them. And that's in refrigerator mode, on eco settings, all this. I pushed these things. They were running on fridge freezer mode, so we're gonna pull a little bit more power with the freezer, and I still got over 60 hours on both of them. So pretty impressive. And with the extended battery, I was able to get around 8 hours, no problem on them, even though they claim 8.5. I was able to get anywhere from 8 to 10 depending on the ambient conditions. So very impressed with the battery and the runtime on them. However, I have a major problem with both of these, and that is the inconsistency of the temperature. I have 2 digital thermometers in here right now. This thing has been running for 3 weeks. Just keep that in mind. It's had plenty of break-in time and time to settle and everything else. Both sides are set to -4. Maybe you can't see that in the video. The small side over here is at -1.8. So it's about 2.2 degrees off. Not a major deal. I can live with that. 2.2 degrees off. The large side is at 3.3 degrees. Not huge. I mean, it's a 7.3 degree difference than what it's set to. On the refrigerator modes, I was getting about the same thing, about a 4-5 degree swing in temperatures, higher than it should be. Now, if I set it for, let's say, makes life simple here. If I set a refrigerator at 0 degrees, I expect the average temperature to be 0 degrees. Not the high, not the low. I expect the average to be 0 degrees, okay? On this guy right here, on the small side, the average temperature is -2.4. Okay, it's set on 0, average is -2.4, it's 2.4 degree variance on that. On the large side here, it's set at -4 degrees, and the average temperature is 3.1. So that's over 7 degree difference in the average. The low is 2.5, the high is 3.8. So it's not even getting below 0 when it's set to -4. On the Rocky 40, it's significantly worse. I was getting set at 37 degrees, I was getting 15 degrees off. At the worst. On a good day, it would be 10 to 12 degrees off, which means in order to keep my food at 37 degrees, I would have to set this at 25 degrees. So I'm sitting here thinking I'm setting a refrigerator at below freezing temperatures just to keep them at refrigerator temperature. If I had it set at -4 degrees, it would be 20 degrees inside of here. So I'm getting this huge difference in temperature readings. Now, normally, if I had products like this, there would not be a video. I would not show you a video that I was just having bad luck with. But I reached out to BougeRV and I asked for calibration instructions. How do I calibrate it to be the correct temperature? I've done this on other refrigerators. They say, here's how you do it. Boom, you push these 2 buttons, you do this, you adjust it, and then everything's fine. Because maybe the fact that I live at over 5,000 feet above sea level, and I'm often taking these to 10, 12,000 feet above sea level, maybe they need a little bit of adjustment compared to where they were built. I can live with that, and I'm okay with that, and I'll explain it, and we'll be good. But BougeRV said there are no calibration instructions. That temperature variance is absolutely normal. Go ahead with your review. So here we are, right? features, looks, design, all that. I think these are great refrigerators. But I have a problem with a refrigerator that is not anywhere near the temperature that I set it at. If you're okay with that, fine. You know, if you want to have a separate thermometer that you put in here that you can watch and monitor and adjust it to be at the temperature that you want it to be, there's no problem with these then. No sweat. Figure out where you need to be to get them at the temperature you want them to be, and these things are both great fridges. However, if you're the average person who takes delivery of one of these, fills it full of your food for a 3, 4, 5 day trip, and you expect that temperature to be at your 35, 37 degrees that you want to keep it at, and it's keeping your food at 47 degrees, you could end up with some food spoilage. And that to me is a not acceptable answer, to say that there is no way to adjust these to make them accurate. So let's talk about the value proposition here, okay? The Rocky 40, as I said, is 41 quart. The unit itself is $419.99. If you buy it with the battery, it's $584.99. The battery by itself is $169.99. The CRD2 is $343.99, which to me is an excellent price for a refrigerator, and it's more accurate than this one, but still it's more off than I'm comfortable with. With the battery, it's $509.99. They both come with 2-year warranties. They're going to run about 55 watts of power while they're running, 40 watts on eco. So you're going to, if you just ran this on battery all day long, you're going to run a little less than a kilowatt. So you'd need a 1,000 watt hour battery to pretty much run these out in the summer with no supplemental power, which that's actually pretty good. It's not bad. I can live with that. I like the efficiency of them, the looks, the features, the size. I just have a problem with the inconsistency of the temperature. For me, that's a showstopper. For other people, it may be fine, you know? And I have not seen this from any other reviewers out there. Now, maybe they're not double checking their temperatures with a digital thermometer that they can log for days and days and days, like I do, to make sure that things are working properly. So maybe they don't know that they're off. Maybe they don't care. Maybe they're getting paid for reviews that I'm not. I don't know. But I can tell you that for all the things that I absolutely like about these two fridges, I am going to recommend them with a high degree of caution. And that is, make sure that you have a secondary thermometer in there so that you can monitor the temperature, and make sure that you have it set, whatever setting you have to be at, to get it to the temperature that you want it to be at. To BougeRV, put out calibration instructions. Very simple. Tell us how to calibrate these so that they can be accurate, reliable, and functional machines. But for me, to have something with me that I have to rely on for my food for 8, 10 days, I have a trip coming up that is a month long. I have to have a refrigerator with me that I can 100% rely on to be accurate and do what it needs to do. And I am not confident with these units taking out on a trip like that, unfortunately. Everything else about them, great. So that's my take on the two BougeRV refrigerators that I have here. Oh, here's the little bottle opener on this side, a handy little feature. That's all I got for you. I wish this was a glowing review of these things, but unfortunately it's not. But they told me that this is perfectly normal for these type of refrigerators and not to worry about it. And they're comfortable with me going out there and saying the truth. So that's the truth about these refrigerators. Buyer beware, know what you're getting into, and If it works for you, then I'm absolutely happy for you. For me, these aren't going to work. So thanks for watching, everybody. This has been Kerry with Trail Traveler. Be safe out there, hopefully with cold food, and we'll see you on the trails.